What happens in this house? Part 7. Okay, so for this video, which is probably going to be the last one, I have a list of things that I'm just going to read because my hand is starting to cramp with all the writing and it's getting to be a little tedious. And plus, I think I've gone into, enough deep detail. So now I'm just going to give you, a more condensed version of some of the things that I can remember happening to me. All right, so number one, there's these street pharmacists he used to sell bootleg movies and music to, and he pimped me out to them. It was three of them in one night. This is where the money to buy my mini refrigerator from my dorm room came from. He never gave me the money and he purchased the refrigerator himself. It was $150. I believe he made more than that from pimping me, but he kept the majority of it for himself. And yeah, that night is fuzzy. I don't remember a lot of details, but I do remember that he had expressed some regrets about it and went back and forth in his mind about whether or not he should get me to do it again. So, yeah. All right, so number two. Anytime I would go to stay the night at my boyfriend's house, he would make up an excuse for why he needed to use the car, and then I couldn't go. One time, he even walked there and knocked on the window, then made me come home. Um, Number three, he was jealous of every man I was ever with. He would make up these fake scenarios that made it seem like my life was in imminent danger if I didn't leave them immediately. I broke up with them abruptly, thinking that something horrible would happen if I stayed. So this happened a total of 2.5 times. And the reason I say a half time is because the last time it happened, I didn't leave. So the first time I was with this guy from Philadelphia, this was back in 2012, and I went there to go live with him. And let's be clear, the guy wasn't a great guy. He was very controlling and he had his manipulative ways also. But my father told me that I was in danger. He told me that there are other women that he had been with who came up missing and nobody knows where the women are. And then he made it seem like he was into like some type of like evil spiritual stuff. And some woman who was his spiritual advisor was gonna like put a root on me or hex me or something like that. And he made it seem as if my life was in imminent danger. So I abruptly broke up with him and then came back to Louisiana after I had been there like a month and a half or something like that. The second time he did it was when I was with this guy that I met online, and I went to go be with him in New Jersey. And this guy, he was El Salvadoran. So he told me I had stayed with him for maybe about 2 or 3 months. And after I had been up there for a while, he started telling me that he found out that the guy was secretly working as a mule for a Mexican cartel and that he owed them some money and they were looking for him. And I didn't need to be around him when they found him. So I left him and I went to go stay with a friend in Atlanta for a while after that. And I'll tell you more about the last time he tried that further down the list because I have it written down. All right, so this one is a doozy. So he made up a fake spiritual advisor he called Miss Rudy, who would pass messages of a spiritual nature to me. He'd use information that he learned from spying on me and those around me and make it seem like this Miss Rudy person had some kind of psychic ability to know what was going on with my life. One of the things Miss Rudy would insist on was me acting like I was crazy about him and wanting him as much as he wanted me, in order to help him move on eventually. I have emails he wrote as this persona. As a matter of fact, I think I'm gonna stop right here and get them so y'all can see them. Oh, sweet. So as you can see from those emails, he went to great lengths to manipulate me and to control me and to try to get me to somehow be okay with what was going on. According to my sister, our mother walked in on him in action with her twice, and she did nothing. All he had to do was deny it enough for her to be able to lie to herself. Let's see what's next. He would act like he had spies everywhere and was a part of some secret network. He would do weird things with his hands to make it seem like he was trying to send secret hand signals to someone when we were out in public. He essentially ran a long con on me so that I wouldn't tell anyone the truth about him. He constantly talked about having Zuri, Azizi, and Rabi either unalived or set up with contraband in their cars so they'd go to prison. He had the landline at home and my cell phone tapped and would regularly listen to my conversations. For years, he lied and made it seem like there was a serious threat to my life because he and his secret crew took down the people who were taping me having relations without my knowledge. And that's why he had to constantly monitor my whereabouts and my activities. He would constantly ask me questions about my intimate life with the men I was with. He felt entitled to every detail, and there is no question that he thought was too invasive. And this is the part where I was telling you earlier about the point five when he would try to make it seem like I was in danger with the man I was with. So when we first moved to Philadelphia, he tried to make it seem like he had some kind of information that tied Lawrence to this big pedo ring. It was connected, and it was during that time where like there was a lot of people getting busted. I think at Penn State, I believe it was. So I lost it, damn near had a breakdown, and I called my mother, devastated. After she talked to him, he walked it back and said that it was someone who was connected to Lawrence's boss who was caught up in it, and he got some bad info. And that really put a strain on me and Lawrence's relationship for a while because he just couldn't understand, why I would even think that he was capable of being involved in something like that. And that's what he did. He would try to keep me isolated from everybody, the men in my life, the friends, my community, even other family members. He wanted me all to himself. So this is the last video, and I hope that me sharing this inspires other people who's going through similar situations to reach out and seek help and to expose these people. Don't carry water for them, don't protect them, let the world know.